Crystal with Happy to Plan. I'm going to be doing my Plan With Me video for the week of December 25th through the 31st. I'm really excited about this particular layout. I've had this kit from PhotoPlay. It's called Born This Day, and I've had it for almost a year now, and I haven't been able to use it, so I'm really excited that I am going to be using it in my spread today. Get the chipboard stickers and then also the die cuts. I also just recently purchased these stickers. I believe I bought them at Hobby Lobby, but I'm not 100% sure where I got this. And then I do have some washi that I pulled out. I have the enamel dots that came with it. I've got some tags here because I want to try to do something with tags. Not exactly sure what that's going to look like yet, but I want to try to use some tags in the design as well. So let's go ahead and see what I do with all of these items.
Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to do was cut up the cut-aparts because I wanted to just figure out which ones I wanted to use. So I'm just going to get those cut up. And then as soon as I get those cut up, I'm going to actually switch gears and start working on my journal card because I wanted to get the cut-aparts out of the cut-apart pack that I had and figure out which ones I wanted to use for the journal cards versus the ones that I wanted to use for the layout. So I decided that I wanted to use that paper that came with the pack, and on the back of that paper that I was cutting just now is that brown kind of wood grain paper, and I felt like that was too dark for the little nativity scene that I'm going to do here in a second with those cut arts. And so I just took some brown paper. That paper is actually the packaging paper, I should say, that comes in like the mail section. So I just cut a piece to fit the size square, and I made the square big, as long as the page and as tall as the two rows. So I wanted it to pretty much cover a big area on the page. All right, so I get that glued on, and then I'm going to go ahead and arrange all of the little cut-aparts here within the nativity scene. And I'm going to fast forward through that because it takes me forever to get it all organized. But I did go ahead and get everything glued down. And what I did was I kind of did some of them onto the paper, and then I did a couple of them on pop dots so that some of them were popped off the page. So like I did the Mary and Joseph with the glue runner, and then I used for the baby Jesus, I popped him off a pop dot. And then I also took the believe sign here, and I popped that one off. And the little sheep, I did that as well. And then that shepherd is there, and then I did that other sheep. So I just kind of tried to give it a little dimension by using the pop dots on certain ones that were kind of standing in front of different things. And I think it turned out really good. I really like how it turned out. And now I have a little nativity scene in my planner, which I'm really happy about. I think that's just so cute. And then I had this star sticker that I wanted to use as well. And this is one of the cardboard stickers. And I wanted it to hang off the edge a little bit. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trimming the plastic so that I could keep the plastic on the edge that I'm going to be keeping on the page or off the page. And there's a good picture of it. I kind of freeze framed it for a second just to show you. And then I had that one journal card there with the manger scene. So I'm just cutting that to fit within the side panel, but I do want it to it's going to hang over into the Monday a little bit. So I'm just getting that kind of trimmed up so that it will be in the right space. And then I'm going to put that one sticker with the Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus on in front of that manger during sticker time. Okay, so I'm going to get that on there to cover up that piece and then trim it up a little bit. And then I'm going to get some of my design cut out here. I'm going to take that journal card where it says joy, and I'm just going to use that to in that one little spot. And then what I ended up doing was using some of the journal cards for the back of the paper. So you'll see here in a second, I actually use a couple of that plaid paper that's sitting there on the left-hand side. That is actually the back of all those little journal cards. So, okay, so what I'm doing with this little wreath is I'm gonna just cut out that bow and the little tails on the bow so it hangs off the edge. But I just wanted it to cover up that one row. So I'm just kind of doing what I did with the house and cutting it around so that it will only cover the house but just hang over a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that on the Monday after I get all of these little pieces cut up. And since I'm using my little purple cutter there, I know I will be asked where I got that cutter, so I'm just going to let you guys know. I got this cutter at Hobby Lobby. It is a Paper Studio cutter, so it's just like in their little punch cutter section. So that's where I got it. I have no idea if they still have it. I got it about 2 years ago. All right, so you can see there I'm using that plaid that's behind some of the cut aparts. So I just had to kind of figure out which cutouts I didn't necessarily want to use, and that's the paper that I used. Okay, so then for this side, kind of had a little bit of trouble figuring out how to make it symmetrical. So I kind of just didn't worry about it. I'm usually pretty concerned with being symmetrical, but I was just like, I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I thought that having the two pieces like that would be kind of the same as it was on the other side. So I felt like that was going to be symmetrical enough. And then I just added that other journal card on top of there. And what I did was with that little journal card is I just cut the top off of where the stars were because I felt like it would fit better in that little space. So I cut that off, and then I just trimmed up the bottom a little bit, and then I just glued it to be on the Friday, Saturday. And then I figured, oh, I can use that space to cover up the line on the Thursday, Friday. So I just used that to cover up that space. And then I wanted to put this little cut apart that says Christmas on Monday. So I covered up the black line just because I didn't like that there. I just covered it up with one of the little scrap pieces of paper. And then I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put this so that I can put that down during sticker time. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and finish off my journal card. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to have some tags in this layout. I just kind of like the idea of having like little gift tags in the layout. And I had this vellum piece and I really wanted to use it. So I just cut this. That was one of the cut aparts that came in the set. So I just cut the vellum to go around it, and then I tied a little ribbon to connect the two. So just a little decorative piece there. And then I'm going to go ahead and round the corners, and I'm going to put that one on top, but I wanted to make another tag using that other cut apart. So I just put that tag on there because I wanted to put a white tag on the back so that I could journal on that tag. And that was the original idea, but then ultimately that's not what happened because I ended up gluing it down to the page. But you'll see here in a second what I did. I'm going to just trim that up to be even and then punch a hole in it, and then I'm going to try to figure out the configuration that I want because I definitely wanted those 3 pieces on the back. So I'm just trying to figure out. And then that's ultimately what I end up doing is right there. So you can't really see the one tag, but I'm going to use it for journaling because I was originally going to use the This is Christmas tag, but that didn't work with the configuration. So, all right, so I'm going to put a little piece of twine there and then trim that up. And then I'm actually going to glue that down on the side and down below and just make that kind of like a little tuck spot for those other 2 pieces. I had that one little card there that says the 10 top things. So I thought it'd be fun to like list the top things for Christmas. And then that's going to go on top of there. And then I'm just going to tuck that in. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in my planner. And I really love how it turned out. I hope that you guys do too. And please let me know what you think. And I will see you again tomorrow for my next 12 days of Christmas videos. I have one more final video, which is my complete Happy Planner flip through. So I hope that you will join me for that video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.